Washington. Despite evidence of escalating conflict between Israel and Iran, U.S. President Donald Trump expressed optimism on Sunday that peace would come soon to Middle East, citing his track record as a dealmaker during the Pakistan-India conflict last month. In a social media post, Trump said there were many unspecified meetings about the issue happening and encouraged the two countries to make a deal. And in an interview with ABC News, he cited the possibility that Russia President Vladimir Putin could help. Trump acknowledged the possibility of U.S. involvement in the Iran-Israel crisis and emphasized his track as a peacemaker as proof of his diplomatic prowess. However, the U.S. president echoed his frustration that he was not given the due appreciation for his efforts. Pakistan and India engaged in a 4-day conflict from May 7 to 10, started by India's missile strikes against mosques and other civilian targets in 6 Pakistani cities. Pakistan responded with downing 6 Indian jets on May 7 and hitting 26 military targets in the morning of May 10. Later on that day, it was the U.S. president who broke the news in a social media post that both Pakistan and India had agreed to a ceasefire because of his intense diplomatic efforts. His announcement later drew flack in India, which denied the U.S. influence in its truce decision. "I do a lot, and never get credit for anything, but that's okay, the people understand," Trump wrote on Truth Social, echoing his frustration over what he sees as underappreciated achievements. "Make the Middle East great again," he said, referring to his efforts for de-escalation between Iran and Israel. "Iran and Israel should make a deal, and will make a deal," Trump wrote. "We will have peace, soon, between Israel and Iran. Many calls and meetings now taking place," he added, without offering any details about the meetings or evidence of progress toward peace. Trump, meanwhile, told ABC News that Iran wanted to make a deal and indicated something like the Israel strikes would accelerate that. "Something like this had to happen because I think even from both sides. They want to talk, and they will be talking," Trump said. Conflict between Iran and Israel over the former's nuclear program escalated on Friday when Israeli unleashed missile and air strikes against Iran's nuclear facilities and top military leadership. Tehran said the top 3 general and several nuclear scientists were killed in that attack. Iran replied with launching barrages of missiles along with swarms of drones, hitting several targets inside Israel. On the 3rd day of these exchanges, the world capitals were abuzz with hectic diplomatic activities to calm down the two sides. However, so far, Iran and Israel were showing no sign of taking a step back. Iran also denied a claim from President Nikos Christodoulides of Cyprus that Tehran has asked Cyprus to convey some messages to Israel. Iranian Foreign Ministry stated that no message had been sent to Israel via a third party. While on a visit to Greenland, French President Emmanuel Macron expressed the hope for a return to calm in the coming hours. His statement came as German Foreign Minister Johann Wadephil said Germany, France and Britain were ready to hold immediate talks with Iran over its nuclear program. Simultaneously, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer urged diplomacy and dialogue in his talk with UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan on the grave situation in the Iran-Israel conflict, according to a Downing Street statement. Also, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Trump held telephonic conversation on the Iran-Israel conflict. His call came as the group of 7 leaders gather in the Canadian Rockies for their annual summit meeting, where the issue was likely to figure prominently. The United States has engaged in talks with Iran about its nuclear program, and Trump has told reporters previously that the talks were going well. But another round of discussions scheduled for Sunday in Oman was cancelled after the Israeli and Iranian strikes. Trump said he and Putin discussed the Middle East situation on Saturday in a call that focused more on that conflict than the war in Ukraine. "He is ready. We had a long talk about it," he said about Putin serving as a mediator. "This is something I believe is going to get resolved."